My name is Andrew, 30 years old. Recently, I've been living an ordinary life, working as a plumber in the same company for years. I am married and my wife's name is Lisa. Never in my life did I think I'd find myself in this situation with my mother-in-law, Evelyn. We've always maintained a neutral relationship, no particular warmth or conflicts, just mutual respect from a distance. When Evelyn's apartment started having issues with the pipes bursting, my wife suggested that her mother stay with us for a while, and I didn't object. Our apartment had 3 rooms, so there was plenty of space. For the first few weeks, everything went on as usual. However, something inside me began to stir. That evening, Lisa went to a friend's cottage for a bachelorette party, planning to return the day after tomorrow. She kissed me on the cheek, said goodbye, and drove off. I stayed home, planning to spend the evening playing on the computer and maybe watching a movie. I was in the kitchen preparing dinner when I heard something drop in the living room. Curious, I went to see what had happened. Evelyn was in the living room, bending down to pick up a book she had accidentally knocked over. I couldn't pinpoint why, but something about that moment struck me. Later, as I returned to the kitchen for a drink of water, I found her standing at the sink. She was wearing a light robe, her hair damp, as she washed the dishes. When she turned to look at me, there was something in her eyes I'd never seen before. It was a mix of vulnerability and something else, something magnetic. I don't remember who made the first move. Perhaps we simply locked eyes for a moment too long. The next thing I knew, we were kissing. Her lips were soft, and her scent was a mix of floral shampoo and something intoxicating. "We shouldn't," she whispered, but she didn't pull away. Instead, she leaned closer, her fingers running through my hair. It was as if all the boundaries and rules we lived by had disappeared. Before I knew it, we were in the bedroom. The details are hazy, but I remember the heat of her body, the sound of her uneven breathing, and the overwhelming intensity of it all. Afterwards, we lay side by side, trying to catch our breath as reality crept back in. Evelyn turned to me, her eyes filled with a tender sadness. "This shouldn't happen again," she said with a faint, unconvincing smile. I nodded, even though every part of me rebelled against those words. But it did happen again, a week later when Lisa was late returning from work. And then again. Each time we promised ourselves it would be the last. But whenever we were near each other, all good intentions vanished. There was an undeniable, almost primal connection between us that neither of us could resist. The hardest part was pretending everything was normal around Lisa. During family dinners, I'd catch Evelyn's gaze, and it would send a jolt through me. Yet she'd carry on discussing everyday matters with her daughter as if nothing had happened. When Evelyn finally moved back to her apartment, I felt a mix of relief and emptiness. We agreed to put everything behind us and not see each other outside of family gatherings. But at those gatherings, whenever our eyes met, I could see the echoes of our passion reflected in hers. It was a silent acknowledgement of the moments we shared, moments that neither of us could fully forget. I'm not sure if sharing this story is the right thing to do. Maybe this relationship should remain buried as a secret. Yet inside me, there's still a fire that refuses to die. What should I do with it?